I'm sure people will pop in and watch and ask questions.
Either way, I think I'm good. Okay, so I need to share screen. So I'll just do my main deal here. Share. Can you see that?
Either way, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh my god. So I have the example project
here.
You gotta make sure it still runs.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this thing is this is where I ended up with. So I still jacked around with a few things. So that's all the ships kind of flying toward. So that's what we were looking at last time. But let's see. So that's the old one, and then you want me to just put it up on GitHub or?
Sure. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Create a new repo real quick. We could do a Unity thing, or I can just drop something here that everybody could fork.
Oh yeah, I just make it public. I don't care.
So this would be like Unity ECS. Yes, zombie simulator.
Yeah, get that Google juice going. Gotta get the
ECS.
Yeah.
There's a do dash as well. So Unity ECS zombie simulator. You guys okay with MIT?
MIT's great. Do what you want. We don't really care. Don't tell us.
And then Unity.
We're after I finish my Pop-Tart. Yeah.
Great repo. All right, so that's where I'm gonna grab everything from.
Oh, thank you for that email for mob programming, by the way. That was like, okay, cool. It's like, oh my gosh, that just happened to hit the next day. It was like, that's handy.
The link, what? What's up?
Sorry, I was looking away for a second. Yeah. Oh, which one was it?
It was on mob programming. Talking about like an introduction and goal. What's mob programming? Like when you first, I guess, were introduced to it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool shit. Chris is the mob programming master, dude. he's the guy that I went to visit.
Ah, nice.
So
cool,
yeah, he's the one that runs that whole thing now. And they're like, they got, what are you, like 25, 30 people there?
Yeah, just under 30.
It's insane.
It's a good time. Okay, so I have a repo up. You can go to this URL if you want it.
Yep.
And I think I can add access to it, but maybe we'll do that in a bit. Okay, so I'll just need to create the project in there, and then we'll be good. Do we want to pillage anything from that other project, or I think I can just open up a new one here.
I think we just open it up side by side and see what we need out of there.
Project.
And just kind of add in the things, because there really wasn't much. It was just it's primarily the bootstrapper, and I think that plus one of the sample things would be enough to show us how to do it all again. Okay, let me clone this repo.
All right, hopefully this doesn't do anything funny here. Oh, I just closed down the other project. Although I don't need to look at the other project. We can just, I guess
just need the code.
Yeah, we need the code, and then you can look on your end for the game object stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah, we just need that one entity component mesh renderer thing.
The prototype thing.
Yeah, we put that in and then assign the meshing material. And then we just have to find it by string, I think.
So, silly noob question to start with already. So the ECS Pure stuff, wasn't that like targeted at JavaScript environments only, or like web-based environments only? But I mean, I think they said something about the high-performance full deal, like C# stuff wasn't available for it, or was that just?
We were working in C#. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure about the platform specific stuff, but the pure one is like the one without using game objects. The difference is it doesn't. You can't interact with the existing game objects and components. It's all separate. I mean, I don't know if there's some way to do it, but with the because there's a hybrid one in there too, and if you go with that, it actually spawns game objects, puts a component on, and then wraps all the stuff like one layer lower than that. But this one, at least from the looks of it, just kind of bypasses that entire thing and then can't interact with those systems at all.
Wow, and
at least that's what it seemed like was happening.
And so we're strictly just dealing with a bunch of struts, that like value-based struts, and having a nice day, huh?
Yep, and then like the game systems, the code automatically runs without being in the scene. So there's no scene, and I mean the real thing is there's just no scene management for it right now.
Right.
So that's not really a good thing. It's just I think that they haven't built it yet. Right. At least I don't think it's a good thing. I'd rather have some scene management.
Well, they have an entity display that I keep seeing on the videos, right? Like it's a separate window to see what's going on there.
Oh yeah, there's like an entity debugger window.
Yeah, I don't think we looked at it though.
Are you talking about the ECS in the small or whatever it was that talk was? Is that the whatever the heck thing?
Yeah, I think in a couple of them I just saw something similar.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up that debugger.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, we need some sort of. I don't remember what that bootstrapper looked like at all, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now. I just can't remember where to find the code for it. Two-stick bootstrap is what it's called.
No, it used some attribute over a method to kick off the whole thing. It was, run time initialize on load method. So
Gotcha.
Okay, so we basically need to take this thing and produce it in our project, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna pull that to the side, and then you can navigate as you see fit, and I'll just so this is
all right. And you guys are going up the two-stick demo, the two-stick shooter demo. Okay.
The two-stick pure.
Okay.
Two-stick pure is the one that.
I didn't know they had two versions. I gotta look at that, dude. You know, that's a good thing to be an article, just having a list of all the resources in one place. Like, I mean, there's the... Yeah,
it was hard to find everything, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I looked forever before I realized it was in a repository.
Yeah.
I had to go pull down.
Okay, so...
I'm opening up the pure sample now, too. So I'll go through this thing.
Gotcha.
All right, so need some using statement. Cool.
Yep.
All right. It looks like the public properties on here were the player look, which was the mesh
renderer instance or mesh instance renderer.
And then we set up the archetypes. So I think the next bit is okay. So we
need an entity archetype and a mesh instance renderer, and then that entity manager spawn. I think that's just where's world from? That's in Unity.entities. It may just not be showing up.
I don't think it doesn't know what's going on. No.
Oh,
is it generated for the right
version?
You
know what? I think there might be a DLL in the sample project.
Okay. Isn't there? Don't you have to reference in the package a couple of different additional namespaces in the package folder? Let me double check.
Well, this thing, that's what they had in there before, but yeah, none of that stuff is there.
How is it set up? I don't see anything in the folder.
Maybe it's a settings.
The manifest file in the package that's how I got it to work for me when I had run into something similar. I
just check if I'm in the right. So yeah, 2018 B12, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And just open up the bootstrap.
Oh, Alexa.
This is a
stop. Sorry.
Cannot navigate. Oh, I don't have that project open right now. Okay, there must be. Can you look in your references in the Solution Explorer on your side and just see
Yeah,
if
let me take a look.
Unity entities, is that in your project?
Unity.
I guess.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of there's Unity.entities. And there's a whole there's a good half dozen or 2 dozen.
What is different about the project?
Could be something in the project settings. I gotta open up that project.
Yeah, I'm digging through them right now.
It'd probably be under player.
The player settings?
Yeah.
Audio manager,
Be more
cluster
like the
input,
generic stuff
domain.
ends up.
Oh yeah, you're on the right
Yeah,
version
right,
of that now, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at.
Oh, you're looking at the actual file.
Yeah, because if I open the project right now, it's going to take forever to load it up. So I just want to see if I can find
Oh, that's mine. That's mine.
editor settings. Yeah,
We have no
these
pod.
a lot.
Just remember we went
I'm loading up the working project real quick.
With a pot load.
Can I start another instance of the same?
Not the same project. You can do the same Unity version, just different projects. Oh, you already have it.
It's gonna
Just launch a new instance of Unity. Just right click on it and click on the.
Dude.
Yeah, that'll work too. And you can just run another copy of Unity.
Dude,
Run as many as you want. I have 5 open right now.
Okay, so.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Don't kick me out.
So, what are you on .NET 4?
Where
It's under player settings.
Project.
Go to edit, project settings, player.
Experimental.
It should be set to. Okay, that's probably the issue. No, it's that one. Stable 4x. So I'm on 4. Scripting back in mono API at 4x.
Okay.
It's restarting everything for me right now.
And then is there anything else in here?
There was a Mono 2 subset. Is it Mono 2? Is that right? Mono 2 or whatever it was standard. Is that right?
No, it should be .NET 4, not.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was
now I'm getting that error that I was seeing last time, so that's good.
Hey,
Okay, that you're on. That you don't have the .NET target.
Yeah.
progress. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, that's a good error.
Well, that's par for the course.
Brutal.
Don't mind it.
Try that again.
Dude, you don't have to mind it.
Visual Studio 2017 you're doing 15.6, 15.7, 15.
I really wish
120, I don't know, however many there are.
Oh,
That
no,
was
it didn't.
spawn, you get like PvP prot for like 3.
All right.
All right, do you have them yet? Nope.
No.
No.
Okay, so probably something else. Maybe.
Well, it was still Mono 2, I think. If you
Yeah,
into
go back to that
project
player settings.
Player settings. I think it was Mono subset 2 or whatever.
Oh no, it's on 4.
Okay, there you go. Sorry. Okay, .NET Standard 2.
Oh, maybe it's in the Defiance. Let me look real quick and see what I got in here.
Projects.
Nope, it's just a post-processing stack thing in here.
So I was reading another step in there in the, at least in one of the articles, that under the manifest, under package folder manifest, you had to have a couple of additional references. I think including the mathematics library, possibly, or mathematics, whatever first thing, magic stuff, whatever. It's
Is there a window built in for that stuff now, or is it still just in a file?
I think it's just in a file.
Okay, that's like I don't know if you've seen it, Chris, but they're adding like a new NuGet style package manager.
Oh, really? Packages.
So if you go into packages, yeah.
This thing?
Yeah, and as far as I knew, it's still pretty early. So yeah, it has collections, entities, and jobs right here. I'll just paste in
So
that.
just copy that folder out.
Probably, yeah. That would make sense because it's just missing those.
It says packages right here. Manifest JSON. Replace the file. Go back in, re-importing.
Cool.
Yeah, so like NuGet integrated to the asset store maybe or something like that.
That's kind of what it sounded like their own version of NuGet, but that would pull from the asset store and they'd start using that for a bunch of other systems. I think they were talking about just splitting out, as many systems into packages as possible to get it down to just a more modular system, I guess.
And you can actually see some of that stuff now, I think. There is a, I can't think of it.
I think the new nav mesh stuff might be going under there soon, if it's not already.
Oh, under Window Package Manager. Oh, wait, maybe that's mine. You can see some of the extras.
There we go. I got it. That worked.
Awesome.
Woo!
All right, cool. So now we have an entity manager, so we'll be able to spawn entities.
Okay. So we want an archetype, right?
When I come back with glowstone.
So do you want it to should we just make it a simulation with no player, or should we?
I think so. We'll start with the simulation with no player.
So
It's more interesting than one of us playing it.
Yeah, humans and zombies, right? Just to start with.
Do we need separate types for these? I guess we do, huh? Because the way they're gonna move.
No, I think the only difference is gonna be how they move, and then whether they can infect each other.
Right.
So yeah, I guess they probably should they be different? I guess they should. Yeah.
Did they didn't really have an example in the 2-stick demo for detecting how close you are to another, or like calculating who's next to you, right?
No.
All right, so human. So we want just a human archetype.
Yep. It's a entity archetype.
Yeah, ARCHETYE. It's trying to make me spell more.
I don't like either.
Then you managered create archetype. Okay, and then we kind of felt that transform matrix was like the thing that we needed initially, right?
Yeah, that and position 2D. So I don't know, Terrence, you can see these. Have you seen this part already?
No. This part. So I can probably, if I'm guessing right, we're just stating that the transforms behavior. Is that what kind of we're dealing with?
Well, it's creating these archetypes that you use to spawn the objects. And what happens, it's really just like it's almost like a prefab. It feels like prefab. It's essentially a list of components that are going to be on this thing. And then we'll spawn some human archetypes, and those will be our humans that are walking around. So this, when you do that, it's going to automatically have a position 2D and a transform matrix 2D on it. And then when we spawn them, we just set the values for those.
Well, how do these, so entity archetypes are actually, so if I'm dealing with the actual entities themselves, it's like, what is the relationship there with like a regular entity and an entity archetype then?
The archetype's more like the definition for how to spawn it.
Got it.
So we only use it when we're doing the create, which is going to be in our spawning.
It's like instantiating a prefab almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is like defining the prefab, and the other part will instantiate it. But then we still have to set all the values on it.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, like, what the entities are supposed to be like, they just have IDs pretty much, right? Like in and of themselves, are really objects with IDs, essentially,
right.
Or okay.
Yeah.
That's
at least that's what I understood from it.
Okay. Stop me if it's a dumb question or too dumb.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I got lots of questions. I'm sure people watching have questions too.
All right, so I'm going to say define archetypes.
Oh,
ARCH.
It's
the folks at home. Can we open the manifest at some point just to make sure that everybody's got the same thing? I'm sure that's going to be like the question, like, well, what was in the manifest that was different? Mine doesn't have it. But sorry.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
And it is okay.
It's got all those. Plus, I put the link to the repository in the videos.
I can check that in real quick, and so everybody can get an updated version of that.
Cool.
How did you know?
Let's see here. Oh, no, that one.
Yep.
Defined archetypes.
It's you're locked. Something's locking your. Do you have it open somewhere? Or what is it actually locked on?
Zombie simulator or untracked files.
No, won't need
Yeah,
it.
so git status. Git add.
Oh, dude, you're gonna have to add the .vs to your ignore file. That should get rid of it, because that's what it's barking about. It's trying to get all that, including your current metadata about your ID stuff
Oops.
in there. Figured that would have picked that up, but whatever.
Well, maybe I just need to add the .git ignore. I can do this a little later. But
well, that might help.
git ignore.
Yeah.
Status.
Okay.
Nothing added to commit, but untracked files present.
Okay.
Please get
Now I tried the git add. Should work now, right?
ECS zombie simulator.
The 4 slashes. Just tab it. It'll auto figure it out.
No, don't go nether. He's so sad right now.
Outside of the repository. What the heck?
Yeah, it didn't find the whole folder name.
Yeah, if you do git.add and then type in ECS and then tab the rest of it, it'll automatically. It should. There you go. And now it's still barking about that directory because it's awesome.
The SQLite DB lock.
Yeah. You shouldn't be looking at the VSTS or the .vs directory. It's in the ignore file. You need to commit the ignore file first.
Yeah.
All right. Try committing the ignore file and see if that works.
Again.
Oh.
Whoa.
What was that?
That was my dog chasing my cat.
Oh man.
Let's see. I don't know. Okay, we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
I don't like going out without source control, but we'll see how it goes. Alrighty.
It's probably just Visual Studio got a lock on it or something, or you got another folder open with a directory or something stupid, something ridiculous and annoying, and I don't know, whatever.
I'm just gonna try backing out and try it again. Wait. Okay, that gave me something different.
I have 0.
It's because you're recording this. That's why. It's cause
yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
Murphy's Law in full effect.
It's all good.
Let's see. Git. Oh.
Everybody can see the struggles with Git.
Yeah.
I didn't pull at all.
Let's see. So it says line endings will be replaced. So I got this right now.
Yeah.
Manager setup. Yeah,
Windows versus Mac or Linux line endings, Unix line endings. That's what it is. Yay!
This is initial commit.
Although it's picking up your object debug, which is kind of screwy too. Like, is your
don't worry, just get it in there. Right. We'll fix it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just get it. I'll clone it. See if I can take a look at it.
Let's see. Come on, really?
All right. The initial commits just got the ignore and the license.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's uploading right now. Just give it a second.
Cool.
And then I just had to back Unity out because it didn't like what I was doing.
Fruity Loops.
All right.
I mean, the evolution of Fruity Loops. Nice. FL Studio.
Yeah. I used it a bunch when I first bought it, and now it's like every once in a while I open it up. Okay, so we're in source control. You guys should see that on GitHub now. There it is.
Hooray. All right.
Oh, I created this.
That's
Yeah.
That's the one that should have been ignored.
Right, totally. And the same thing with the objects. I mean, all that stuff, the default ignore file should totally have covered that, but
All right. Well, if you figure that out, let me know, and then we'll just move on now. Okay, so I'm opening up the bootstrapper again. So we should be able to prove that works somehow, right?
Yeah, the fire is.
We don't have anything. We don't have enough yet. We're not spawning anything.
Yeah. Okay.
We need
Did you ever figure out how to
create an entity? So we need to have our new game method. And without a button, I think you could just call it right off initialize. Just make it call into a new game method that spawns a player.
Yeah.
Or not a player, a human.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what I was trying to do. We had the entity manager still, and then they did the player, and that was just create entity and then set the components, right? So this thing.
Yeah. So just call entity manager dot create entity and pass in the archetype.
So this guy.
And we get back an entity. Yeah.
So this is just going to be
human.
First human. And then
use that human archetype.
And then I'm going to import the new math stuff.
Interesting. Oh.
And we don't have a heading 2D right now, so that'll blow up.
Yeah, we need
got to add that into the archetype.
Yeah, okay. Do we want the heading? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because we want it to move.
Okay.
Right, and we can just give it the heading 2D to make it move.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'll get it.
And then, so now we need the look, right?
Yes.
That's what we're screwed up on.
Yes. Now, we have to create the entity.
What is the? Oh, there's the after scene load and before scene load versus new game. Okay, so this code.
I got.
Okay, so this code can't exist yet. This has to go after scene load.
Oh, there's separate attribute for that.
Yeah.
So
this thing needs to run.
So before scene load is like dealing with your globals and what would fundamentally be globals and reusable state that's going to exist for the scope of the application.
Yeah, I'll show you the other one.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah. So let me do this. This is kind of more closely analogous to what they had. So here's the other project, right? And so they do the before scene load here. And we get the entity manager, set up the archetypes, right? And then that's it. Then they put the new game here, which is confusing because this actually runs third. This is actually what runs next. Is after the scene loads, then it wants to look for our render prototypes, which give us the definition of how the character should look. And so this function we probably need to copy into, which is the get look from prototype, and it just does a game object find and then gets the mesh render instant component.
That new game runs last.
Yeah,
that's called from the button, right?
Yeah, that's why. So what I put in here is I just added new game.
Oh, okay, and then we need that initialized before that.
Yeah,
or something to initialize. Yeah.
And then this is the lookup for the stuff.
Yeah, you just need the using statement there.
Data rendering, and then this object is not what our system object.
No, I don't think it's system object. It's the game, a Unity engine.object. You probably have a using system statement in there. Top, yeah.
Oh.
So okay, so in new game is basically doing the stuff that I copied in. So we got to look at that again, but we'll copy in the entity manager one more time.
Yeah. Well, you don't need the entity manager. Oh, yeah, you do need it before.
We do. So now we need.
Oh, wait, but now you're creating it twice. You're creating. Oh no, let's get it recreated. Sorry.
Yeah, it's the big problem right now is we don't have our looks.
Okay, so you just have to do get look from prototype.
So taking a step back, the looks are what?
Here, let me see. So I have the other project here. Oh, whoops, not this one. This one. So here in their example, this is what the player should look like, but it's not spawned. So it's like the only game object there, and that can.
Yeah, it has the mesh and material. It's going to spawn with that mesh and that material.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird way to define it, but I assume
that's player shot.
Semi-temporary.
The player renderer. So the vehicle player ship is like that thing.
Okay.
And that, yeah, so do we have a mesh that we want to use for this?
No, we should. Oh, wait, hold on.
Here, let me finish.
Zombies. I'll get you something.
All right. Do we want to set up a settings object? We do, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So we'll do zombie settings.
Sounds good to me.
And then generate type. And then inside zombie settings, we'll just mod behavior for now.
All right, so you can totally still access traditional model behavior objects, doing get components and get game objects and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
even with a pure, yeah.
But not from inside the jobs. We can do it inside the systems, but not the jobs.
Right. Well, the jobs are essentially stateless for the most part, right? They're immutable little bits of functionality that got to run like a mailbox processor type stuff. If you gotta, and if you're played with Erlang or something, I mean that stuff is like, surprised it's not mentioned, but it's the same sort of thing. Like, so that's pretty sweet. That stuff's seems pretty straightforward. This stuff, maybe not so much.
Let's see, scenes, not scenes, game code, and then I wanted the settings.
2-stick settings, yeah.
Yeah. I was just trying to find out how to spell mono behavior because apparently I haven't used Unity long enough. Okay, so that's all we need for that. We have a zombie settings. That makes our settings object. And they just called it settings and put it up at the top. So let's just make that a field. Tech camera editor. Wait.
They named a lot of things settings, apparently. You want to generate a variable. It was second from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And then you go over and you get the field.
There you go. That's weird. All right. And then we're just going to have two looks, right? We're going to do a human and a zombie. And same thing. So this is going to be the human render prototype and the player render prototype, or zombie prototype. And then I'm just going to copy this stuff here, pop that in there. Is that making sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Do you want to call it look still, or do you want
I don't care.
I just like, I don't know.
It's fine. It's probably fine. Then it'll match the other samples at least.
Enemy spawn system setup component data. Ooh, weird. We ever analyzed that line. Well, enemy spawn system is part of the other projects.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the spawner.
So we may or may not need this depending on what's inside that file. And then player head probably don't need it all, right?
No, we don't. I don't think we need that.
No.
We'll come back to that. All right, but this thing needs to be human.
Yep.
Look. And then we just need to decide whether or not we need a spawner, right? Human spawner.
Yeah. You want to comment that and make sure that we're spawning our guy first?
I don't know that we are. Oh.
Because, yeah, you have the spawn. Don't you have it right down below?
Oh, sorry.
Right,
new. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're creating an entity, so he should theoretically spawn and look like human. I realized that the model that I wanted to use is not free, and we can't put that in the GitHub repo. So I should find something that we can put in a GitHub repo.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're not going to use white squares and green squares?
So
we can. I think that might be the best way to go at this point.
Yeah. Pixels, or at the very least, images, something. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so let's see. What do we do for that? We can just do like a plane or something, right?
Well, no, because we need a mesh.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like a what do you call them? 3D object quad, right? Just that quads in.
Yeah, but well, you need to create a game object with that what's it called? I already
No,
forgot
wait, wait.
Yeah.
the component, the mesh renderer. Here it is. It's mesh instance renderer component. You just got to put one of those on there and then see if you can assign the meshes that are built in.
I'm down here.
So I don't know if you're going to.
So another silly noob question: why are you guys using like 3D stuff on this, like with the meshes and everything? Is it just from performance
No
or
reason.
what support? Okay, sorry.
I don't think.
I think it'll just be more similar. Oh, and it included the other thing, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
can you select on there? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So you can just pick cube
Quad. Right?
or
Quad or
quad,
cube. Yeah, we can do cubes. That's fine.
and then
And-
give it a. But you just make a material. Just create a new material in the project.
Alright, so create material, and then I'll just call this human skin.
Wait.
And
Stuff I got.
Make them a color.
Check that.
yeah, we'll just do fleshy cubes.
Yeah.
And then all right, game object. So that I don't know. You think this will work?
No, because you didn't name the game object. Right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It has to be human prototype, right?
Human render prototype.
I think that
I
will
actually
work.
renamed it earlier, and I don't know why it didn't. I don't see anything.
Well, we would just have one cube right at 0, 0, right?
I don't know if it'd be at 0, 0.
Mm.
But it didn't have any errors.
Yay!
Yeah.
Did the code run?
I don't know. That's did you ever figure out what we can do to like
You can just put a breakpoint in there.
yeah. I don't think I've ever debugged in Unity before.
Oh, just hit F5 and add a breakpoint.
Let's see here.
Works just like anything else.
I want to just oh yeah, so it did print the mono behavior print. So that ran.
Okay.
Yep.
We may need to try a different mesh. It's possible it's just not working with that built-in mesh too.
See, that was one of the other things in that pure ECS. I could really just find the name, so I could at the very least know what the hell I'm talking about a little bit. They talked about their 3D capabilities not being there yet for the pure ECS stuff, but I mean, if it works, it works.
But
Yeah,
it's
like
a lot of the lighting stuff isn't going to work.
This demo here is all 3D objects.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I don't know if that means anything.
You just copy the missile pack file over the FBX there.
Oh yeah, because they have that, right?
Yeah, I just grab that one. It's the parent there. Those are all the sub meshes of the.
Oh, this thing right here.
Yeah, just copy that over, maybe, and then we'll know at least it's not the built-in one. That's the problem. No, you'd have to go to the folder, I think.
What am I doing? Okay, this thing.
Oh, you can't go close.
This one,
Yeah, this one.
and then let's see
You can't
over
find it.
here.
Or you can't write
Explorer.
it because it's too close to spawn.
So that's art.
But I said yes.
You gotta expand it, I think. It wants the mesh filter, yeah.
That one. Okay.
Nope, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
So is there, what are we missing to get that to spawn now?
Because when he started the game, yeah, I guess it does. Let's see, when he said new game, it said add shared component data for the player look, right? Which is this thing.
Spawned the player, added the component data.
It gave it a heading. I'm going to turn off the heading. Say 0, 0. Don't move. Human archetype. Let's see.
Is there something else in the archetype that's missing? Did you add the heading to the archetype?
Yeah, it's on there. I believe it is. I just want to see if that code runs to that point.
Oh, point.
No, okay. So that the after scene load did not run, or at least new game didn't. Like this didn't come out. Okay, so in the archetype build, right, we have heading 2D, position 2D, and transform matrix.
So the end of new game didn't run.
Yeah, but it didn't crash either. So
interesting. You gonna try just stepping through it real quick?
yeah, okay.
I mean, it did run though, right? I mean, you were getting the spawn.
You got the first one, but not the second one.
Okay.
And then what? Go back over here and run it, or
as long as you're attached, it should break.
okay.
As soon as you hit play. Yeah. Oh wait, I wonder if it's because you haven't saved your scene.
There we go. All right.
Okay, yeah, we can see. Got here. Yeah, okay. Settings.
Oh,
yeah.
Bailing out 'cause settings doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay.
All good.
So here, and then
Just stop and make a zombie settings. Oh, you're in play mode.
Thanks. Saving the scene, create empty, zombie settings. Settings. And then I think it's going to search for this by name. Settings. Hope for the best. Should be a
You
missile.
named it settings and your zombie settings and search for settings.
Wait, I'll see them.
That's too bad.
Just prompting for that.
Yeah.
Or
So this thing blew up.
No, up above blew up.
I'll see
Right there.
Oh, it's looking for zombie
Oh no,
settings.
it's good. Never mind. I'm crazy.
Yeah, sorry. The frame rate probably is bad. I just pasted it in alt tab.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like, no, it was never there. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So where did it blow up?
We blew up down here. I can attach again, but basically, I think it couldn't find that component mesh render. Maybe. Oh, actually, you know what? I need to double check the names that we have that we're looking. So this thing, just
Nope, I'm not.
North exception. Bootstrapper 72. Okay.
Mesh instance render.
Right, yeah.
God, stupid. Let me try that again. Oh, did Unity just crash? No, sorry. Okay.
You're still at the breakpoint,
This thing.
or you're still paused in Unity.
Oh, okay. Oh no, it just paused on error.
Or
Oh, okay.
But the problem is that it's not pulling out that. Let's try the quad again, maybe.
Do you have to query by the human rendered prototype as the component referenced and then get the element off of that? Is that what you're doing?
That's what it's trying to do. Yeah. So mesh render component. This
Wait,
thing,
can you go? Are you calling get look on for both the zombie and the human?
just the human right now. Oh.
No, you're doing both.
Proto name.
That's
right.
probably where it's blowing
Okay.
up.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
the zombie
right.
one is not defined yet.
Makes sense. Mm.
oh god,
Oh, okay. You got to turn that on the material.
The what? What
You
is
got
it?
to go to your material and enable those two options
Are they?
on the bottom. The enable GPU instancing, and I think you don't need double side global illumination. I think it's just that one. Actually, I wonder what materials they're using. Oh, they probably don't use the standard, do they?
Whoa.
No, they're using. Okay, go back to it. Change the shader over to mobile diffuse. That's what they've got it set to at least here. They're not using standard shader, which I guess makes sense. And then try that.
Dude, I don't know.
Ooh, but that isn't gonna work. We don't have a color.
Oh,
Maybe
I can just make an image, but
or just make a color. Let's just switch it to
Yeah.
mobile. What's the one for color?
that's what I am.
It's mobile.
Just have like tons of is finite errors over and over again.
I wonder what you can use. There's.
Oh,
Can you just use unlit color? See if that works.
where
Just under unlit, right there, above VR.
unlit color from shader crop queue.
I don't know if that one will work or not.
Dude,
No, I'm still getting these errors.
Yeah.
Well, is it clear? Go ahead and clear it if you haven't. Oh, yeah, clear and play. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, just try pulling over the material from that missile. See if that works.
All right, let's see. Actually, I had this thing open and I had this thing open.
Thank you. Big fluffy cloud.
See, materials, just missile pack mat,
Yeah, and the
or just all of it.
yeah, probably all the missile pack ones.
Bro, don't have the
Because
Okay.
you're gonna
then-
need the
Oh, whoops.
Don't have a force
that texture there.
Okay, so we have this thing or this
Yeah,
missile pack.
yeah, and just assign the missile pack for now, I
For
guess.
some reason,
See if that
you
works.
You always
And then we'll
end up
find out
dying
it's the cube
some way
again.
or another.
Yeah.
I get mine in a little
Yeah,
pad.
same thing.
Let's see.
Try switching it back to the, or switch it to the missile.
Let me 100% sell it. Dude.
Nope.
This is a 7-man
What
server.
is the problem there?
A person's
You
out.
collapse those?
Is fine. Where's the collapse button right here?
Right there, yeah.
Dude, my
Pause.
nether's off.
Assertion failed is finite.
Ooh, come
I
to me.
don't know. Rendering hybrid, render system.
Some weird collision thing.
Okay.
Oh, how do you know that I'm just
Oops. I think I just ruined this project. All right, let's see here. So player ship, the mat. They do have cast shadows and receive shadows turned on.
Oh, that probably shouldn't be on, should it?
In their project, it is.
Was it?
Yeah,
No, it's off.
it is.
Yeah, it's off in theirs.
Look at the
Oh wait,
player.
no, it's on for players. Sorry, it's
Oh,
off for
okay.
the. It's on for the players.
Oh, that's weird. It also disappeared. The game object disappears as soon as you turn it on. Cast shadows.
100.
No, it's oh wait, no, that's there. What the fuck? I have no idea. I got excited. Thought I had an idea. Wrong again.
Never spawn.
Sad time.
Wait, did nether spawn?
Set component, entity manager. Da-da-da.
You looking through the code right now?
I'm looking at the other project code. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was digging through myself. So on the player, it sets that shared component.
Dude, go
That's what
spawn.
we're doing there.
They spawn.
Does anything else happen to player look? Nope. Just fold. At
Magic. I hate magic. Set up game object. Wait, world active, crater manage. Oh,
it's the HUD.
yeah, okay. That's just the HUD thing. Set up game object. That's probably not got anything to do with anything. I wonder if it's the fact that we don't have a job running against those entities. Maybe like it's trying. Maybe it's trying to look for a system that doesn't exist yet.
Ocean?
Oh,
Like have one job at least before it runs properly.
maybe.
Let's see. So
Get LNF home.
okay, and you're saying the event system belongs to the canvas and doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, right?
Right.
And then settings.
Can't visit it.
Starfield, just stars. Okay, so I'm gonna say we want to jump into the enemy spawn system because that's the first system that they created, right?
Yeah.
Actually, they just
That's
went
the-
to go get it, right?
Well, it's get or create, I believe, and it's get or create because the manager is going to auto create, or I guess maybe not. No.
Here, I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Probably instantiate on the first call and then
No, they're just calling a
back.
static method on the spawn system.
Yeah, and what is that doing?
That is creating a spawner. It's creating the spawners, the spawn cooldown objects. Yeah. What? Okay, yeah. So it creates an archetype, and then those the entity that it creates there keeps track of the spawning. It looks like. But we don't. I guess we want to spawn a bunch of them all at once, right?
Yeah.
Or do we want to just spawn them over time?
Well, I'm just trying to create any system where this can go away.
Alright.
But... Okay, so we want to implement abstract class. And then we're just going to do nothing on update. Wrong. Stop. All right.
I only saw half.
Wait a minute.
I saw half. I just sold the lapis. Dude, can I still? I'm sorry. I'm at spawn.
Reading on Google about this AABB result.
No, it's
Out of curiosity,
Go ahead.
can you put a try catch around that and see if exactly what line this fails on, or because I don't see it in there? Or am
No,
I
it's blowing up in the
I'm
rendering.
at actual spawn.
I don't think it's in any
okay, it's not actually
of our code. It's something with the way that
Yeah.
the missile pack is. I'll play with that for a minute though. See if I can figure it out.
Saying the missile pack? Oh.
Oh, I got.
So set to missile pack. That material. Can you select the material, the missile pack material?
Dude, that's part of the ECS.
GPU instancing again? Oh, yeah.
So that's on. It all matches. What the fuck? Oh, go to the texture, the missile pack diffuse.
Yeah.
Just make sure that's imported the same to 512. So,
I sold all lapis.
yep. I don't know what the difference
Alright,
is.
yeah.
Settings. Okay, hang on. So human.
We have another
We
ward.
try and do.
Somebody said it's a lot less frustrating as a spectator.
Anytime.
People are watching us right now.
Yeah, there's a couple people in here.
And
Watching the struggles, trying to figure out why it works in the other project and not in this one. Oh, I wonder if it's something in the render settings.
Oh, here.
Right in the yeah. So under
Jewish.
what would be player and quality? Let's see.
Graphics.
But dude, I'm gonna open all the crate keys.
Should probably just look and see if there's a project setup guide.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing to research right now. References, modules. Settings, player. Oh, that's what I'm on. Bit, project settings, quality. Everything looks identical here. Would it have anything about graphics, maybe? Oops.
Oh, that's the damnedest thing. Like, they don't even have materials when it still works, right?
Yeah. Settings, materials, light, star field.
Something dumb you can try. Have you tried copying and pasting as component values between projects? Does that work?
No, it won't work.
Okay.
At least I don't think it will. It didn't used to.
Okay.
Move. So that was the component data. Oh, does the component data have anything to do with it? We never defined a component data either.
Right. Well, we were using a couple, like the
Okay, that's right.
The existing ones, yeah. So it should have worked, I thought, but who knows? I'm still looking at their doc, but not seeing anything yet that makes it obvious. So scene data. What was the error that you're getting again?
Let me head over there.
It's like that standard. I forget what the hell that error
that one
is.
or another one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still getting them almost at 10,000. That AABB result, I think, is our main issue.
Right. It's such a weird thing. It's like AABB is like collision stuff. Like, what the hell?
Oh no, this is all in the rendering shit. It's just the thing that I suck at the most. Oh wait, are we setting the position of that thing?
We are the 0, 0.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Position heading. First human look. Spawned. And then all the errors come out afterward.
You know what's weird there? Where's that? That's in Bootstrapper.
Pull out all the zombies are just going to start with humans.
No, the weird part there is we're actually passing in the player. Remember on the other one we were looking at, it was just magically finding the one from before on like 49 and 50. It matches the project. It was just caught me off guard.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. So we're doing everything the same. We get the prototype, set up component data. We don't need that, I don't think. Maybe it's doing something here. No.
Material property block.
Interesting. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, why does it say the mesh is null?
I just made it null to see what.
Oh, okay. Let's see what it would do.
Yeah, no, I have null material. Material can't do that one.
Isn't null in the example?
No. No, it's set to that missiles pack material.
Material needs to enable instancing for use with draw mesh instanced. So I don't know what that means. But,
there's that GPU instancing on the material.
So human skin, we said was.
Well, I think human skin won't work because it's a standard shader. So I think you need to use the mobile diffuse or some other shader that it supports. And then just give it a texture. But it still fails. I don't know why.
I mean, is finite stuff any indication?
No, actually using oh wait, no, I'm not seeing this. I don't know. It should be.
Particle system errors. Yeah, this might be crazy, but let's put the particle system onto the scene and see if it does it. Oh, there's a particle.
Oh. The only thing I see with the invalid ABB stuff floating around is with the canvas, but that's not even a thing. That's like non-existent at this point.
Oh.
There's the
maybe just add in the UI. Maybe it needs the event system in the UI. I don't know.
Okay.
Add a canvas.
Image.
Done. That'd be some weird shit.
That would be.
Okay. That didn't fix it. That would have been really weird.
That would have.
Okay, so we have a particle system in there. We have a canvas. Let's see, directional light, player and appropriate settings. Canvas is an event system.
Oh no, it's using a standard shader for these vehicles. Yeah, never mind. It's not something on the shader then, or the material. Because if you look at the vehicle ship,
yeah,
like those are all just using standard shader. Works fine. Do you want to try pulling in the ship and the ship material and see if that works for a second?
Yeah, okay.
I'm running out of ideas. Maybe grab the meta files with it too. So when you copy them, just copy those along. So there's some other magical secret setting that we're missing.
All right, so we have the player ship, right?
Yeah. So the ship, and then I think everything else is in the materials folder.
Okay, so these two.
Yeah, and just copy that materials folder for now. It's in your art. It's in art in the materials. That should copy everything. It's frustrating when you can't do the code parts because some other random shit breaks.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest complaint with stuff like this. Okay, so and which one do I need?
It's the glass.
Glass?
Yeah, the glass mat.
Okay. Apparently it did not come over with its settings.
Oh,
I don't know if that did what we expected it to. Nope.
No. Oh, the texture's missing too.
Yeah.
It's probably that red diffuse right there. No, I think it's in the folder. It's just not assigned.
Oh.
The file right above it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
Something weird.
making me a bit grumpy.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm totally out of my depth with.
Maybe it's a setting on the camera.
Here.
Yeah, we're both a little confused. I am at least.
Yeah. I mean,
nope.
I still think that there's something maybe magic going on in their code or in their settings or something. So we have the component data types, but we're not using them. And then we had a bunch of systems, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of also is this thing. So in here, what was that static method it called?
Oh, on the spawner? Or
Yeah, didn't it? Oh, it set up game objects. This thing actually is what it did, right? Just finds the game objects, gets the one-click add listener. That doesn't seem like anything. This is an always update system. That's kind of interesting.
I mean, I think our system's run, or our shit's running. It's just not.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Is there a way to compare project settings and stuff? I mean,
you could just diff them. They're each individual, just little asset files.
Yeah.
They're just side by side, but I don't.
All right, T-stick bootstrap, human prototype.
There's a setting on the mesh.
Here,
yeah, go to the mesh.
Okay.
The vehicle playership settings. And then go to model on the left.
Okay.
Is that all?
Yeah,
I think it does. I think we're one for one the same, yeah.
Where did the player ship go?
A vehicle ship. Or whichever.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not
Did
it.
I delete it?
He moved it. Yeah, let's compare the enemy ship.
Yeah,
Is that,
let's look at enemy ships setting.
I think they match.
Hey, could you by chance push what you have so far and maybe?
Yeah, I will.
I'll be back in just a second. I heard
it
glass
has
a second ago.
both materials on them.
Huh.
Right, glass and metal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just for the two different parts. But I think they're just using the glass one all over the whole thing.
Okay. Okay, let me.
I'll be right back, sir.
All right. Here, I'm gonna delete out this stuff about zombie stuff. We'll just worry about humans. Enemy spawn system. Let's just setting stuff up. Oh wait, we were talking about enemy spawn system. That's one thing I'll look at real quick. Enemy spawn system. Set up component data. So this does get executed. Create archetype. Enemy manager archetype. Data. What the heck? Okay. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but I'm going to go back over here and then I'll push.
I'm back.
So this is what we had so far. I'm going to push that up.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you just did a push?
I'm going to right now. Hang on.
Okay.
It's locking it again, so I'm going to have to close everything real fast to push.
What the hell?
Jeez.
I don't know what's going
Fourth
on.
long now.
Let me think what could be causing this.
Getting rendering error on spawn.
It smells delicious. You mean good?
Good night.
Pushing things right now. Super frustrating.
It's going to be something super simple, too.
Yeah, it will be. Okay, it's pushed, so you should have latest code.
I'm grabbing it now. And launching another Unity instance.
Okay, and I need to start everything up again.
Oh, I see why your git ignore is not working.
Yeah.
You have your projects in a subfolder in the repository.
Oh,
Wait, what?
You got a subfolder with the project in the repository and the git ignore one level up.
it's got to be at the same level as the root, right?
Oh, for the way the git ignore file is set up at least.
Yeah.
And did you use the Unity git ignore from the other project?
I used it from Visual Studio.
Oh, okay. You
Or, sorry,
have
from
it
GitHub.
on that?
Huh?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I think it's just the project folder. If you were up a folder or just move the git ignore. Can you move the git ignore out into a subfolder? I've never tried to do that.
I don't think it'll.
Wait, into the subfolder. What do you mean? Oh, I
Yeah.
see. It's got it. I get flatten the structure,
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
but anyway, I'm not too worried about that. Unity won't even like come up. There we go. Nope, that is not the window I was expecting. These scenes, ECS zombie simulator.
Oh, you know what? So those errors are UI related. I don't think that those have anything to do with our stuff, in fact.
Tell me you have an answer.
Oh wait, no, because there's draw mesh instance is still failing too, though. I don't have an answer yet. So draw mesh instance failing on that. Let's see. Oh, okay.
I have on here right now, player ship. Okay, so I think we need to like dig into like render settings, right? Edit render settings. Wait, what? What is this documentation for?
I forgot about that window. Does that still exist?
I don't think it does. Because there's nothing here that says render settings, right?
No, it used to be a window, but
Wouldn't be a project setting anymore, would it? Or something in that area?
I wish I knew. Wait, is there edit project settings player? Did it have? Oh,
Oh, those are...
yeah.
Is there anything on this thing? Oh, okay. I think I got it. Nope. Damn it.
What did you just try?
That game object was static over here, and it wasn't for us.
Funny, I literally just tried the same thing. The same time
really?
as you. Like, yeah. I was looking and I'm like, okay, that one is static. Which is weird, but whatever.
I mean, anything else about like staticness?
Gotta be something. What the hell is it?
Assertion failed and it appears. Okay. As it appears to result from the process of physics collision resolution. Is there a way to turn the physics engine off?
There is. It was certainly advertised. You can elect to not use systems, right, in the pure low version, but couldn't begin to tell you.
What's under the jobs menu?
Is there a jobs menu?
Yeah, there's a jobs menu.
Oh yeah, right here.
Oh.
First and second.
Interesting. No idea.
Well, so this thing apparently is the burst inspector.
You're inspecting bursts.
Apparently.
And that dude is the was it mathematic aware compiler, right? The numerical value aware or whatever the hell they're selling it as, right?
Refresh
the special compiler that is. Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, wait.
There's an entity debugger window under Windows. Then our zombie spawn system has no component groups. Transform system 2D has one object running with a heading 2D and a transform matrix. So our objects are at least.
Yeah.
Oh, mesh instance render system. That's where all of our time is because it's blowing up.
No entities.
We have entity number 0 there. Oh, you can actually view the data on it. Oh yeah, look. It's got a bunch of nans in there.
Ooh. Okay.
Transform matrix is fucked up.
Okay. That gives us a lead.
Yes. Why is the transform matrix bad?
Mom, where's my
Is
phone?
there anything in the project that references transform matrix?
I don't know. Wonder if there's something we were supposed to do with it.
Spawn. So this thing's adding to the spawn shot data.
I think. Yeah. Wait. What's EM? EM is a. Oh, it's post up. What the? Oh, that's the list of commands. Okay. It's adding a shared component. Oh, I'm lost.
That's the shot look.
Oh, shot entity. Okay, it's getting the entity and then it's adding all those on. I see it now.
This is the only other place that actually references it. What is this default thing?
It just sets it to the default value. It's like doing a new.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I think. No, I'm wrong. Because this is type of still. So what if we replace our?
So transform matrix itself, do you have to explicitly put that on the object somehow, other than what
I
you're
think
doing?
it wouldn't render without the transform matrix. It was what we came across yesterday when we were playing with it.
Oh,
If we joined in there, if there wasn't a transform matrix, it doesn't show up. It would work, it would move and all that. It just wouldn't. Here, let me see. What does that look like on here? Entity debugger. Yeah, we grab an entity and just there.
Okay, so
The transform matrix looks
here's
normal.
one idea, right? Okay,
I don't think that works.
it's going to default to 0, whatever the origin probably is, right? Typically, I imagine zeros.
Should be.
I'm guessing that's what it's doing. It would be probably.
But it's. Oh, wait. Maybe. Oh, you know what it probably is? I wonder if it's because we have the heading set to zeros.
Oh, maybe because it's dividing by something.
Yeah, and it's just fucking up. Maybe if we just
So I'm going to comment this out. We're going to test that first.
give it some heading.
Holding your breath.
That
Oh,
That's it? Okay.
was it.
It's just dividing it, so the rotation was wrong.
curse you and your 3D
Interesting.
black magic.
Right. So don't put a heading of 0. Hour one.
Lesson one. Yeah.
What in the world does heading 2D do?
It's automatically moving it. So there's like these systems
It's not
already
even moving though.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
sitting there. Oh, wait. Where did he go?
Do you have the game view highlighted?
Hang on. Let's do that again. He just disappeared. All right.
Maybe
Yeah,
uncheck that static checkbox in the Oh, is it on? Yeah, turn that off.
I don't think that's it.
I don't either, but it's weird that it stopped moving, or that it's not moving.
Maybe it's moving really slowly. I'm getting only 12 FPS though.
Oh, you open up that entity debugger again. It's under window, yeah. And then go to
Everything's froze.
oh
Uh-oh.
oh. Oh, that debugger is updating slowly.
There we go.
Oh, but now you're back up to 100 frames a second.
Yeah, okay.
So
Maybe it was
is the
recompiling or
move transform 2D system? That's the one that moves transforms, I think. So that takes it takes in a transform with position and heading. If you have one of those, it does it, and it's doing it on entity 0. Entity 0's position is not changing, even though its heading is set. I wonder why that is.
So when we made the player here, he was getting updated through his movement system, right? So player.
Yes.
So he still had a heading, but when we created him, did he? Oh, you know what?
What?
So I feel like this is bogus because they could have just put 00 here, right? Because they update the heading from the player controller.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Well, let's look at how it's done on the enemies. Because the enemies move without any input.
Yeah, so the enemy spawn system is right here. No.
I think we need to look at the enemies. Wait.
Position 2D. Oh, that's my zombie thing.
Yeah, didn't you write some code that was setting the heading?
This thing right here was what was there before. It started with but the heading, no, because the enemies just moved down, remember?
Yeah.
And then we modified that.
Okay, but that's setting it. It's not doing it the way that we were, right? It's not doing it on Entity Manager. It's doing post-update commands.
Yeah, but
where's that coming from? Oh, is that the Entity Manager? Is that really because it's got created?
That's the thing. It is, but I think it's like.
Where's that coming from?
I think these are just functions that you can call.
Oh.
Add component, default transform matrix. Move forward.
This is for the shots.
Yeah. I was just trying to think about that. We have enemy removal. Yeah, because there was no other way to move them except for changing that value, right? The heading 2D value.
Yeah, and that was the transform 2D system moving them.
Oh, we have this move speed system, right?
Yes, that was for what is that for?
Oh, I think
it's a move speed component.
Yeah, and that thing is part of. I think that's part of Unity itself.
Was it?
Yeah.
Move speed?
I don't think it was actually defined anywhere else. So if we did. Move speed. Yeah, see? That exists.
Oh, that makes sense. Because it's got a heading, and then it needs an actual speed to move at. Oh.
Okay, so
we just need to give it a value.
Speed, and then what did I have for speed equals this thing?
Yeah, it's just a float.
So we have the settings. So speed equals 500. Just go for that.
Sure.
30. And then right, did it just decide to fly off because it recompiled? Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect. Off into the distance.
All right, the zombie is walking. Now can we turn him into a cube?
Oh yeah, let's do that too.
Switch him back into like a solid color cube.
Sorry
then he'll be halfway to being a zombie.
Sorry for borrowing your shit, Unity, but I think you'll be fine with it in the end. All right, so we just want to prove that that works, and then I can commit after. So he's a cube with human skin. Puts the lotion on.
Huh.
Solid color. Let's just try that.
Oh, so wow. So so physics are. I mean, this is more than fairly different from the 2D rendering stuff. So I'm like, what? So, yeah, gonna have to catch up on some of that.
It didn't appear, or at least it didn't seem like it appeared. But let's try this. Oh, there we go. Woo!
Box. Oh, cube.
Cube worked. Okay, so. This thing, do something like that. There we go. I'm going to delete all the, whoops, cancel. What just happened? All right, so I can kill all this. And this folder. And this thing. Okay, so this is all we need in the project, right? And then I can probably push that. Any cleanup we want to do. Oh, we probably should move that onto a zombie setting, right?
Yeah, we should pull it into there. That'd be our first setting.
Okay, so settings. Let's see, settings dot human speed.
Do you have a human speed property on that? Or well, do
You
you?
will now. Generate field.
No. And say public. And equals 10.
Yep.
And now I should see that here. Eventually.
Yeah. Once it finishes spinning, there you go.
There we go. All right. So humans can run.
Yes.
Let's see. Get dot. That's wanting me to close everything again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why don't you flatten that structure real quick so this
Yeah,
doesn't
I'll
keep
do
happening
that.
to you. It'll just clear it up. So what do you think we should put together next?
Well, so what's the net like? I guess lots of humans in a population. Maybe like spawn 100 of them and scatter them.
What's their default movement? You think should they just be like wandering
Yeah,
wild,
wandering
or
around.
like just picking a random direction, walking that way for a little bit, and then picking a new one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, we could set that up first. Get them just walking around, spawn a bunch, and then walk them around.
So I'm going to cut all this and throw it in here, and then remove this. And then, I mean, it's still the Git repo is in that folder.
So is it the root directory?
Yeah.
All right. And
See,
you do
whatever
a
I
git
do-
status right now. What is it telling you right now?
It's like I just moved it, so it's everything basically.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Why you
all.
just use
Those are all
string?
deletes, though.
Just use source tree and hit the stage all button and just push.
Well, get at all. Have a nice day, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be human spawns and runs.
All right.
All right, let's pull.
Oops. All right, that's there. Git status. Let's see. Git ignore file not working. Oh, you're saying the git ignore. Okay, actually, yeah. Now when I change something though, in the project and recreate the. Okay, first I gotta do this. No, cancel quit. Where's my zombie? Oh, it doesn't know where it is anymore. Okay, hang on.
Oh yeah, because you just moved it.
Yeah.
The folder is gone. Your project's deleted.
That's disconcerting that it just disappears on you. Doesn't even tell you. What?
Your twin stick. It's asking if you want to. I don't think so. Yeah.
We've seen the.
Oh, it's saying that you already have Unity open because you're trying to open it by double clicking.
Got it. Yeah, that's
It's
right.
saying-
So now it's restarting it. Okay. All right. Well, goodbye, two-stick shooter. We hardly knew ye. Okay. Here we are. Do you know what this is? Failed to create device file. The system can't find the file specified.
No.
Okay.
IO.
I don't know. Yeah, it's some weird error that I just started getting. I think it only happens on the beta as well. So
Huh.
I'm not really sure.
I get random errors about the asset store window usually. That's about it.
There's our cube. It's walking off. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now if I modify something, I bet that Git will work properly, hopefully. So actually, like if I created a game object, we should see, and then save the scene. Same. Git status.
I have to close my Unity project to open this thing too.
Okay, that's
There we go.
reasonable.
Yeah,
Yay.
so that looks pretty good. All right, I'm happy about that. Okay, so I think we need a system.
We do.
And
We need a human system.
yeah, so
Or-
what is this, like human navigation, or
I think
I'm
so.
gonna just rename this thing because this thing's
Well,
sitting. I think.
Would you not just have a movement system or an element movement system and then reuse that for both the zombie and the human? Because technically speaking,
Yeah.
movement should be.
I think they're going to be different because they're gonna act on different objects and they're gonna behave slightly differently,
Mhm.
right?
the movement. I mean, I
Because
know
we're
there's
going to
the
be
collision,
swapping
right?
out the model for them too. So we're going to be creating a separate object for the zombies.
Right,
so
but
that-
doesn't that deal with a different system from as opposed to just the movement? Like the movement's abstracted from the actual rendering, isn't it? I would think anyway.
It is. So I think the thing, like if you look at the example project,
Mm-hmm.
the enemies, well, so if you give it a heading and a move speed, it'll move in that direction. But then from there, the player moves using the player controls, and the enemy ships just use the heading and constantly move in the same direction. So
yeah, I think this isn't going to be so much a move system as like a decision on which direction to move
yeah,
system, and those will be different because the zombies will pick their direction different than humans. Because the actual motion is all going to be done in that transform system that already exists.
Right.
That's the more generic one that you're thinking of.
Right. I'm thinking about the mechanical ability to move versus the behavior of the zombie versus the behavior of the human.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that one's just we discovered magically already in there.
Oops, hang on. So I'm gonna grab another Unity window just so I can see the other project again. Yeah, let's see, zombie shooter here. I'll show you an example of what we're talking about right now. So we have the player input system and then the player move system.
The player move one was different though, right? Or was it just setting the? It was setting the heading, isn't it?
So on update, it gets the position, current position, takes the player input data, and then this was the thing that was like modifying its position by the move and the move speed.
Right.
Right. And then the player input, all it did was it just set up some data. And then checked what they're clicking. So like this is how you create your like inputs.
Nice. So it binds it to the individual values and then exposes it to the right. That's pretty cool. I think I like that. It's an elegant solution, so you can abstract the responsibilities a little bit. That's cool.
What's cool about this also is it's super testable in the sense that you can just inject this thing from the injector. So
actually, that was something I was a little confused about too with the injector. Yeah, let's. Oh, sorry.
So
you were talking about that. Yeah.
The player data is an iComponent data, I think. Or wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's not. I thought it was.
Oh, it's just a structure
Right
that
there above it.
contains
the component data array.
It injects this thing, and then the component data. So player input is the iComponent data. So the injector will get all of the iComponent data in the scene and then pick them up for you. And so that's the magic that's happening. So the injector says, give me all of those, then sets the length of that thing on there.
It's kind of funny because that's a lot like just doing find objects of type. Right?
Yeah.
Like my buddy Kyle's got a little library that he wrote where he does, I think he actually called it inject just like that like a year ago. And it does the same thing. Well, nearly the same thing, just not in the ECS.
Yeah.
So, but it finds the components by,
So, and then this is, so it just makes a new one actually, and of that struct, and then just totally overwrites what was there before based on the index that we came in with. It's
yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So then it moves that over here. So this happens afterward. And then based on what they were pressing before on that previous system, it will then do the shoot, right? That does the shooting. It changes the heading of the, oh, this is the bullets. So this is the code that I showed the guys at Unity afterward. So anyway, super weird.
Yeah, for the people watching, you have to use the specific version of Unity that's on the ECS page. I'm going to add that to the video description real quick. The link to the main page, and then that'll take you to the.
I wish I could see the chat. What are they saying?
Oh, just some questions here. I didn't just give you the link to the.
Yeah, cool.
To see it, I just put in that description in there real quick. All right, just added a link.
So this thing is just going to be modifying our heading, more or less. So, but we do want something like this, right? So we say we want the data and the data injector for the on update. You think? For this it's like my thought is here.
Yeah, we need some data of our humans, right? Yeah, and I guess that's our human data.
And then in the bootstrapper, we're saying that the human is composed of all of these, right? But we want to. So we basically also need a component data that's like signifies that they're human later, right?
Yeah, we can actually just make an empty component data of human.
Yeah.
And that's what they did in the sample project, if I remember right. Basically just made an empty one, almost like tag.
Player input doesn't exist. So we have heading and position, and then what did they call
let's just
that?
make an component data of human. Just make a public struct.
So they just made a namespace with a bunch of structs in it, right?
Well, yeah.
Do you want to do that again, or should we make it a separate folder with files?
I prefer separate folders and files, but I don't care what you. It doesn't matter to me really.
I'm good with that. So this is component types.
Yeah.
Right, and then in here we do a C# file. Ugh.
Is that a new class?
Oh, where is that?
It was the bottom option, or just do a C# model behavior, whatever. Just gonna make a file.
Okay, and then we wanted to call this human.
Human.
Yeah. It's a human component data, right? But
well, it's a human component, but none of them have the word component in them. I just call it a human for now.
All right. And
change to I component data. And then it's a struct, I think, not a class.
Yeah. All right. So that's just a marker for right now, right? And then so we can say that this guy is also a human. Okay. A little fancy.
Oh.
I don't know if that's easier or harder to read, but
Yeah, it works for me. I've gotten into that habit of putting them all on new lines now when I get past 3.
yeah. Okay, so that means that now this thing, our system here also
it also needs
humans, right? And now it'll go and find every single one that has all 3.
Yeah. And then it will.
Do we want to use the job? We want to eventually get to a job scheduler, but we don't need to use it right now, right?
Yeah, I guess we could.
Well, I mean, you could probably generate elements with it. See, that was one of the things that was like, there isn't a lot of, I mean, there's a lot you could potentially do. It's like, well, but what is really going to give you that bang for your buck, I guess, right?
Using the job scheduler.
Yeah,
probably.
Using the job scheduler, I mean.
Yeah, so we can jump to that right away. Let's see here.
Well, you want to make sure that it's actually processing for all these real quick. Just
that's kind of
all of them, and then once that's done, we'll move over to the other one. Oh, you're welcome. saying hi to people in chat. I sent you guys the link too if you guys want to check, so you can see chat and stuff. If people have questions, but I haven't really had any ECS specific questions yet, and I don't know if we'd be able to answer them, but maybe. If anybody does have ECS questions, though, just drop them in the chat, and I'll try to read them out loud. Well, Chris does all the hard typing.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I got a ton of them to tell you. Whew.
Okay, so this should go through all of them, and then you can just like, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so here we got this thing, dot, and then heading, right?
Yeah, and then the index.
Index, and then dot value equals new float 2.
Yeah. I think though, yeah, sure. But you're just going to be setting it to.
We could change the speed.
So as a structure, you don't have to use new, but that's okay too. It's
like
cool.
What, float 2 like this?
I think so. Yeah, I think you can do that. Or maybe I'm thinking of C. Never mind. Nope.
I didn't really see how they were doing it, but let's see. So we could. So here's the thing. Let's spawn 100.
Just set it to the opposite direction. Then we'll know if it's running. We just wanted to make sure that it's running, right?
Yeah.
So just flip the direction here from whatever we're setting it at default. If it goes the other way, then we're sure it's running. And then we can look in the entity debugger too.
Human data. Oh.
You gotta give it a value.
Index equals, and then let's just say like
1 and 0 or something.
0, yeah, because that'll just change it, right?
Yeah, you need your F's.
What do you mean, F? Here?
Yeah.
No, what's wrong? Oh, it's a heading 2D, not a full. Oh, it's the value. You're not setting the value. You're setting the.
That gave me a different problem earlier.
Well, no, yeah. Well,
I think you have to
first, right? Yeah,
no, you have to set it to. Wait, what the fuck? I just did this.
All right, you have to create a new heading, right? And then in the new heading, provide the value for the heading, right? Isn't that?
No, I think you had to just assign it a reference to the heading and then change it. Yeah, so you'd want to do like
track local. Right?
Yeah, create a local there. Yeah, and then do heading. There you go. And then you have to reassign that. Then you have to do equals heading 2D.
That same pattern that they had for position a long time ago. Actually, yeah. I think it still happens in position, right? Okay, so we expect this to work?
Yes, it should start going off to the right now instead of down or whatever it was doing. I guess our camera's not in the right position for those words. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
So I want to just like do something like this maybe, and then.
Oh, you want to rotate it to look down and move it up on the Y, right? Like because it's just moving up. Oh, here actually, let me see. What's the other one look like? The sample. Their camera is at 30 on the Y, 0 everything else, and 90 on the X rotation.
30 on Y?
30 and then a 90 X rotation. And that's just going to look straight down over 0, 0. So now we should see it moving left to right. It's spawning at 0, 0.
Oh, we got that native collection disposed something.
Oh, nice. A memory leak. Okay, so it's not rendering.
I don't think so.
Did it only stop after our code change? Is there an entity if you use the entity debugger? Like the transform 2D system's not picking anything up. It's probably because that error. It's blowing everything up. It might not be, but
native collection. It was allocated.
You might want to check your human render prototype and all that stuff again too, because you did move the folders, right?
Human render prototype. We
The
lost the
material's
material.
missing. Yeah. And it's because you moved it outside of Unity because you had to.
Yeah.
Oh no! And you deleted the other material, the one that was on there. I think
Wait,
you pulled those out,
what?
right?
I deleted everything but human.
And now you have the opposite.
Wait, what the hell? is happening?
Oh, you're in the wrong project.
I'm in the wrong project.
Oh, okay.
It has my solution open, but not my project.
Oh, that's
There we
funny.
go. Okay, wait. All right, hang on.
Okay. That's too funny. You're just running the wrong project.
I'm gonna close that.
Okay.
All right, hang on. So
That looks better.
yeah, that's also a lot
Does the
cleaner.
prototype look okay?
Yeah, let's check the prototype. That was super weird. I was like, what the hell?
It still had that old one. All right, cool. So now we should see a human
It
cube.
had the scene from before the commit.
Oh, what's missing? Oh, I think you didn't add the move speed component
Well, this thing is just saying.
in the archetype.
Well, it's saying that the component has not been added.
Yeah, because the component gets added by the archetype. So if it's not in there, no, you were just on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. How did that happen? What the hell?
Because you added it in the job and you set the component data, but never added the thing.
Yeah, but we got it. Didn't we get it working earlier? I think I overrode
I think it's,
it.
but you're trying to access it now.
Oh, I see.
I think that's why, but I don't know.
Oh yeah. Did you see it moved?
Did it go left?
Yeah.
Or right? Yeah,
Oh.
perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, and then
That's fine.
versus just for a sanity check, we'll do
Yeah.
0 and -1. Right. Should send it down.
Yep.
But any other direction at all is good. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Good stuff.
All right. So victory.
Now, does Jobify that?
Yeah, we want to Jobify that now. Let me pass this back up to Git. Zombie simulator. Nope, not what I wanted. All right, so Git status, Git add, yeah. Okay, so this is
This is our human navigation system.
human navigation system.
Humans are going to be navigating.
Is forward or something. Okay, that's
oh. It's like, oh my gosh, is my screen broke? No, you're just on the. Okay.
okay. We're solid, and that push went a lot faster with the git ignore working. So
Yeah.
okay.
I thought that might simplify things a little.
Yeah.
And I can pull without restarting everything.
Okay,
Cool.
so
now we need a job. So just got to define. I think we want to use an I job parallel
doesn't
for.
everybody need a job?
Not everybody. You're in the wrong project again.
Oh yeah, okay.
Or are you looking at the sample?
I'm looking at the sample because I'm looking at the iJob.
Okay, yeah, we want to use that parallel for one, I think.
Well,
Yeah,
parallel
right.
for is only for if you're dealing with multiple cores, right? So if
Yeah.
if you happen to have optimized for, it'll automatically figure out whether or not you have the ability to do it, right?
How
Or
many do I
based on the number of cores you have or whatever.
got this? I think it's say.
How many cores you got there? Only 8?
Only
All right, Chris. Sorry, you're not allowed to do this
Lame.
anymore.
Yeah.
Only 8. I wonder what it shows the test manager now.
All right, so let me see here. We want. Okay, so which one had the parallel for?
None of them. That's the one that I had to write from scratch.
Oh, but we did that, right? So
Yeah.
I have an example of that here, right?
Yes, fancy job. There you go. I got mine up on the other screen too. So yeah, this wasn't in the pure sample when we were looking through there.
Mhm.
All right, so we need to make a struct for the job with an execute function on it.
Yeah, well, when you add the iJob parallel for implement execute will be there.
But we need this to be a job component system, right? Not a component system. So that's the first bit.
Correct.
And then that means now we have
On update.
job handle.
Yeah.
And
And it takes in a job handle, input dependencies, and then it returns back out the scheduling of the job. Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, okay.
So it returns back the job handle from scheduling it.
This is all stuff that we did yesterday. Sorry.
You just pasting in the job and getting it.
So this is what, human navigation job.
Yeah.
And then this thing needs to exist here.
Yep.
We'll figure out the properties later.
Yeah. Just comment all that or something.
Oh yeah. I'll comment it for now and then we'll get rid of it when we push.
Yeah, because we're gonna need to pass in randoms and other stuff, I think.
Okay, so this
you lost your using statement.
Say what?
What?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You need to return. You need to return the new job. Oh, you have to. Yeah, you have to create a new job first.
This
that's actually going to go inside the job. Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff can just go right here, right?
Yep. That can all go right there. You need to define the human data as a component data array, I think it was.
So this thing, no, I think it's just human data.
I mean,
no, it's a component data array, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no, it's human data because that has the component data arrays on it. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys right here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
you got to create the new job in on update.
Data. But why is that?
That's good.
Oh, okay. I just spelled it differently. I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, and then this thing is already indexed, so
you don't need to loop anymore.
No looping because the scheduler do that for us. So then we need to
create a new job. So just do var job equals new whatever it's called job.
So, var human navigation job. New job.
And then just use the initializers, yeah. And then you got to set the human data equal to you inject it. Remember, we need the inject keyword on the component system.
Are you sure?
No.
So I don't think we did that last time.
Yeah, 'cause that's how I have it on mine. I have an inject of my struct.
Oh yeah,
and then that gets injected in, and then we use that in on update and pass it into the job. Yes,
from before, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So then you just set
that
that
already existed, and then I'd set them here.
Yeah, except it's human data in your job.
Oh, I renamed them all.
Oh, okay. You renamed. I missed that. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then you just have to call the schedule. So then you just call.
Oh, it's just job
return job.schedule, and then you give it. So the first parameter there is the number of things to iterate over, which is we just pass in the length of that array. The second one is the batch size, and the third one's the dependencies that are passed in. So you can make things dependent on other things, which I don't think we're going to have. So I can't think of any situation for it yet.
I think that's gonna be the zombies chasing the humans and the humans running away from the zombies if we do have that, right?
Yeah, I just don't know if they need to be order dependent at all.
Okay, so right now what we would expect to see is
I think it should just work. They should just go
should do what it did before, right?
Yeah, so they should go right, and they should go right at the same speed but take less CPU time or more cores.
It's taking way less.
Wow.
No, okay, so I can clean this up. And,
yes.
All right.
Delete that out. So now we're using a job. The job is just setting the heading to a static value there.
See, that clears up a misconception for me. Like, I thought jobs would be only for very, 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 very simple sets of like data transformation stuff, and like, no, you can totally do it for like logic.
I think the dependencies is going to be the big thing. I think once we hit like a need to detect the other zombies, I think that's when we're going to get stuck again.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if we do an iJob parallel 4, like, how do we? Oh, actually, wait, we have all of them. What am I talking about? We have the whole array. We can do whatever we need in there, right?
We have the whole array, but
so we have the position of every other thing.
Yeah, but so in order to detect who's near us, we'd have to go over, like, we're doubling our computational complexity by looking at every single one. But if we can pick out more quickly, you know, who's close to us, I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
Right. So for each human, which zombies are close, and then move the zombies toward the human and move the human away from the zombies, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we just need to find the nearest human for the zombies, right?
Yeah.
And then have them go that. I think we can go with the simple naive solution first, and then figure out how we do like a quad tree or something in here.
So converted human navigation to I parallel 4. What's it called? iJob parallel 4. That's kind of a cool one. Just
yeah.
All right, there it is. So that's up on GitHub now.
Perfect.
And let's see. So we want to like make 1,000 of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, so on the start game, do we want to just blast out a bunch?
I think so. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to work, right? Is they all just are there at the beginning.
Yeah, okay. Entity, So this makes one human, right?
Yep. Let's extract that out.
Let's call him Bob. 1,000.
Yep. Or you can pull it from our settings.
Yeah, humans to create.
Yep.
Human count? Human? I don't know. What.
Yeah, human count's fine.
It's
gonna be a field.
Yeah. Nothing.
Give that a good old 1,000.
Okay, so that should make 1,000 of them. And I was in order to prove this, I was wondering if in our job we make. Oh, we have speed, don't we?
But we don't have any randomization. Well, we could do something with the index.
Yeah, I was going to say move speed equals index.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, that's on the transform. Interesting.
What do you mean?
So they have this. It made me import the transform namespace for adding move speed. So it's something about.
Because it's not a 2D thing.
Yeah.
It's more generic than that. And it's shared for the 2D and 3D.
Yeah, so it's like...
That's kind of like transform before transform ever existed. And still for 2D stuff. I mean, still uses that shared one. It's a human datum dot move speed. And then the array.
Index,
oh, yeah. Move speed dot value equals...
That might not be necessary.
No, it's dot. Is it speed?
It is speed. Yeah.
It's confusing. Heading 2D is a capital V.
Equals
move speed. Okay.
All right. Wait,
You
what-
should
what about
get
capital?
1,000 of them all at different speeds.
Oh.
That worked. There they go.
Still getting.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Oh, one of them's index 0. So it's still. Hey,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get 500 frames a second when they're not on screen. And you're bouncing all right.
That's
Nice.
pretty cool. All right.
Okay.
Hey.
Cool. So now we need to get random numbers into there, right?
Yeah, I mean, so what do we want? Well, okay, we want to spawn them in random locations first.
Yes.
Do you have like a bounding box that you want to put them in first?
Yeah, I like that idea. And I think they had an example of this, didn't they?
Oh, they're just using X and Y settings.
Yeah, but in their settings, didn't they have like a
I think they had like a min and max
Rect.
X and Y. Oh, did they use a rect?
Yeah, it showed up in the editor so you could like see it as a rect. I don't know. Does it matter? Oh, 2-stick settings, that's what it's called. This thing right here, play field.
Oh, okay.
Steal.
Yep.
All right. I'm just gonna rename it to capital P. Play field.
Yes, the proper way. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. And then if you look at compute spawn location in the other one,
Yeah.
you'll see where they're using it. So they get a random value from random.value.
Oh, got a question here. Do you prefer the current ECS or the current system more?
Oh, the current stuff for sure. I mean, this is cool, but I couldn't be productive and actually build a full game at a reasonable speed in here. I mean, I don't think it's quite ready yet. I think it's good for some specific uses that really need the performance, but I think it's probably going to be another year or so before it gets like super heavily adopted.
My thought is that if you want to differentiate your game, like having hundreds of thousands of things on the screen at the same time, like that would be the way. Like an RTS, like this could make a wicked RTS, right? But it's going to be like super hard to program.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder at first. I mean, it might, like I said, once the whole thing is all done and polished up, and they're pushing for it to be the standard, it'll probably be great. And I'm sure most people want to switch over, but right now, yeah, it's still super early. But it is really cool,
right? Like premature optimization is sort of all evil, and I mean, at this point, I mean, they say performant by default, but like. This is fundamentally very different from what the current paradigm is for a lot of this stuff. So it's like if you're working on something, you're probably going to keep working on it as is, I would imagine, unless you're starting a new project, right?
I think you can do them. I think you can do both. So,
you can mix and match the stuff too. So if you had something that you really wanted to run parallel where it made sense, you could mix it into there too. I haven't thought of anything yet, but I guess there are a couple things that might work. That
like more intelligent particle effects, maybe.
Particle effects and like the light field rendering stuff.
All right, I get to use my singleton snippet.
I'll have to show you the mono singleton.
Yeah.
Sometime. I don't think I've shown you that one. You just use a base class or a class and then give it the type of the other one.
Settings, and then capital P on these.
Yeah. Cool. So there we go. We get a random value, but wait, this one was getting them off screen, right?
This was, it was. It was at the top of the, y-axis is positive up, and then
right,
y-max.
And we want the y to be random as well.
Yeah. Okay. So R. The heck.
Yeah, it's using that because R is from 0 to 1, so it's just using it to multiply and find the random value between the two.
So you basically want all of this again, right?
Yeah, except for Y.
Get random.
Yeah.
Position. Oh,
Right.
we need X
But,
and Y.
yeah,
Yeah,
then,
damn it. All right,
just
so
copy and paste it for now.
R2, and then Y.
What keyboard is that? R2 on the bottom one too. On 60.
60. Oh,
The
R2.
R2.
Thanks. What keyboard?
You may be able to just use random. I don't know. There's a random value too. But, it's fine the way it is, I think.
Yeah. What were you saying about the keyboard?
Oh, what keyboard is that? I can hear that the clicks.
Oh, it's my Legion laptop, the Lenovo Legion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Although I have so USB-C is the coolest thing because I have a monitor and a hardwire Ethernet port and 3 other USB devices plugged into it, and then I have another monitor on my VGA port. So I've got 3 monitors set up right now, and I don't know, it's just beautiful, and it's like one plug.
Yeah. Nice.
So. Okay, so that won't do it inside the job though, because we don't have randoms, right?
Yeah, because we have to. Yeah, that's not going to work in the job. We have to pass those numbers into when we want to get a random heading or something. But right now we're just going to spawn them at random locations, right?
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying is that. Oh yeah, I'm in the job.
So,
yeah,
that's just in the last
this belongs over here, and then we'll figure the other thing out later. My bad. So this needs it right here, right? Spawn location, and so we just say something like random spawn location equals that thing, and then static. Because I know that bothers you so much. All right, we said position, right? X and Y. We don't need that anymore, right? We just say random spawn location. Good. I think that will work.
I hope so.
They're all going to go to the left on a different speed, though. Oh my god, that was cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Where did they go? I'm not even at 0, anymore. How do I center the scene camera? Do you know?
Oh, just go to your main camera and just double click on the main camera. It'll go to it.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There they go. They're running away.
That's intense. Okay. You guys want me to push this or?
Yeah, sure.
1,000 humans spawn in random locations.
Best commit messages ever.
Yeah. Push. Always puts it on the center screen. Okay. And okay, it's pushed. All right, I am having a lot of fun. Took a little bit to get past that first bit. Okay, so what do we want?
You mean the first hour?
So we need delta time. We need like changed position after time. Do we put that all in the same job, or do we change the job?
No, I think that would be in our same job, right? Because our human can keep track of when it should change next, or like the time until next change.
Yeah.
And then we can subtract it, and then if the time until next change is hit, maybe should the selection be a separate job? I don't know. It seems like that maybe that countdown should be one job, and then the selection should be another job. Maybe not.
The countdown and selection. What do you mean? Oh yeah.
Right. Of directions.
Do you want to just like agree to refactor at 100 lines.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That's a good rule.
So let's see.
we need to pass in some. We need to pass in delta time.
Okay.
Right. So that to do that, since you can't access it in the job, we just add that property float. I think they just called it DT in all their samples. And then we just set that in the on update when we create the job. Yeah, I think that was right. And then for the randoms, we have to create a it was a float. What the hell? I gotta open up my thing again. Native array of floats. That's right. And that would go into that struct. That we're
you want to just navigate me through it and then.
Yeah, so if you go back to where the human, go the human data. So
Right.
in the human data, you would add a. Oh wait, no, it's not in the human data, is it?
It's going to be in the job.
It's going to be in the job. So in the job, you'd add a native array of floats.
Okay, so this is going to be.
It found the wrong one.
Memset.
It's just native array. I think they're using
what the heck?
I think that's another word.
Native
Array. I think it's in another namespace. Yeah, there it is.
collections. Okay.
Yeah,
and this is going to be
our
randoms.
Randoms, yeah. And then
Now we got to set it up here, right? We have to loop over something.
Oh yeah, we need to. Well, no, we need to create it as a field in here in the system. Do you want to move the job outside of this class?
Sure.
I don't know if you care. I think it'd make it a little bit easier to tell what's going on.
It's just it's asking to make it a partial class. Can we?
No, you can go to its own file. Is that the first option?
Okay. So because it's inside this namespace.
But if you pick the move that top one, it did make it partial. Oh, okay, yeah, you got to just go in there and just remove the fucking partial. And you gotta wait. No, that's the wrong one, is it? But what the hell happened?
It put it into its own file.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can just delete the partial class, right?
Yeah. Oh, so alternatively, I can just say pull this up and out of here and then move it to the next file, right? Oh, but it doesn't have access to human data, so we have
those two
we'd have 3 separate files. Maybe.
I just wanted to get it out of the class so that it was obvious that the system is just this tiny little thing.
Yeah, okay.
Right, and the job is a separate thing.
I almost want to create like a folder called systems, and then inside the systems folder have the human navigation folder. I don't know.
Even if you want to keep them like that, the way it is, I don't care. I just wanted to see them outside of there, so it was.
Right.
I think it was probably a little confusing for people following along with everything all up in there.
Yeah,
because it all looks the same. So yeah, we need in here in the system, we need to define a field for the floats. I have a native array float equals new native array float and like pre-allocated it up in the system.
So right here.
Outside of the on update so that we're not allocating it every frame.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because we allocate it once and then we fill it every frame.
Like in a constructor or?
So you just do native array float.
Oh, here. Okay.
And then I just called it whatever. You can call it randoms or whatever you want. And then equals new. Yeah, just like that. And then you got to give it a size and allocator mode. So so you just need to give it an actual size. And then I made it persistent, I think, so that it would stay around. I'm not sure that's right, but I think it worked. When it was, because when we were creating it in on update, it was is recreating it every frame and leaking, and it seemed like it didn't make sense to keep allocating.
Yeah.
Right. So then we loop through 1 to 1,000 or what? I guess it's 1 to human datum.length, right?
Yeah.
And then we fill in the randoms.
What is this?
It's human datum.
Oh yeah.
So we go through and just generate a random number for each one because we can't do it in the job, so we do it here, and that gets passed into the job in the right there. Just do randoms equals random floats. You have the same habit of putting a semicolon there. I do that
every time I'm like, damn it.
Yep, I do the same thing. Worse is when I hit build and don't pay attention and then look back a minute later and I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, so I think that should work. So now in our execute, we can use that random.
Yeah, we have just about everything. Okay, so what is this? We need like a random.
We have to access the random for our index and do something with it. We could, oh, wait, no, we need a timer on our human datum. Right, like a time till next
direction change.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can put that in the human component type, right?
Yeah. It'd be our first thing in there.
Float, and then we're going to say, oh, what the hell?
Turn time, speed, term.
Time till next direction change.
I wonder how I make your screen full screen. Oops, I didn't do it.
I zoomed in a little bit too. I don't know if that's helpful or not.
Yeah, someone was just asking for that. That's why I was trying to figure out how to force yours to be bigger and not show our faces on the bottom, but it's not an option apparently. At least not one that I can find.
You can click on you can click on the different Hangouts windows, and it will lock that window in place.
Yeah, I did that. We're locked on you.
We just can't remove the little heads, the floating heads.
Yeah. Oh, oops. And I got to stop clicking on myself. He said it's way better now that you zoomed in a little.
Oh, okay. I'll try and do that for each one.
Cool.
All right. So where are we headed?
I think then in our human navigation system, we just subtract from that. Right? We subtract delta time from there. In the job.
Okay.
So in the job, the first thing we do is just subtract delta time, which is dt.
Human. So human, right? So we got var human equals human datum dot
human index. We get the human out of the array. And then we
public.
Oh, yeah. We make our floats public.
I'm treating it like an interface.
Yeah. Minus equals.
Equals, and then dt times.
No, it'd just be dt.
Oh, dt. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
And then we just check to see if it's less than or equal to 0. Right, and then if it's less than or equal to 0, we reset it to a new value, I think, and then change the heading. Or randomly decide if we want to change the heading. Then I think we can set it up to like 5 or some hard-coded value for now. And then we'll pass that in from settings eventually.
Yeah.
Because we can't access settings here, so we'd have to pass it in anyway.
And then down here, we'd say something like. Okay, that's how we get the value back.
Yes. Human index.
Index. God, array indexers. It's awful. I'm like, yeah, what happened to entity framework? Let's. What the fuck is this?
All right, cool. So then that other check, the part where we change heading, can just go into the if statement too.
Yeah. Okay.
And we don't need the speed part right now. That's
Well, we could just probably do the speed on a random value too, right?
Yeah. I guess we could. Yeah. Well, because we will want to adjust the speed when they're running from a zombie too, right? Like if a zombie gets close to them, eventually we'll be changing that speed. just leave that in there. And then for the direction, we should use our random number, I think.
It seems like you can probably refactor some of those to be a little simpler or a little smaller. It's starting to get kind of fat, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, setting these values is the problem, right? It's going to
Yeah,
be
it's
3
good.
lines
It's
of code
3
for
lines for
everything.
each set. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then since there's 3 lines, you end up with space between each set too.
we could probably. I think we're almost there, but
Yeah, I think here you could just use the random number in the float.
right here.
Directly.
Yeah, you could
Okay,
just use
so-
like human, like get var x and y or something.
Equals. Okay, so we have. What is this? Oh, it's just
It's
random.
human datum. No, it's human datum dot random.
Random floats on here, right? So we have to
You're
pass it
right.
back.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So this index is just. Are we only capable of getting 1 per, or
Well, we could just do 2 if we wanted.
+1?
Right? No, we just looped over it twice. Well, no, I think we'd want to do like index times 2.
So, silly
I'm
question,
assuming-
actually, with regard to this. Why not generate the random number in here? Because of the allocation? The additional allocation?
We can't access it in here.
You can't
Yeah,
change
yeah,
it in there?
It will crash if you try and get a random value inside a job.
Really?
Yeah, because it's static and it's getting called across threads.
Yeah, because they can't do a truly random thing without.
Yeah. And then we just need to double the number of floats that we set. Because right now,
Yeah, we're 1,000, so
yeah, it's
2,000.
got to go to 2,000
And
and
then
then loop over to. Oh, actually, our loop would just be times 2. Human data dot
length
length
times 2.
Then we get an x and a y.
Yeah. We have random x, random y. It's 0 to 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then move.
So they're always going to go up and right.
Oh shit!
Maybe we should.
We need times 2. 1.
Well, we should do what? Minus 0.5 times 2.
Yeah.
And then multiply that by 2. Then we'll get -1 to +1.
It's starting to look like real beautiful code.
Mhm.
I mean, really, yeah.
Wait,
It's probably better to do that here than in the other spot, because this is going to be threaded.
Yeah.
It doesn't know that they're floats now. You didn't put an F in your minus. It's all confused. Your 0.5s need the beautiful F. I don't think
The
you
index
didn't
doesn't-
need it for index.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Okay, so if we just comment this out, we should just see them like spawn everywhere and then start
Every
winding
5
circles.
seconds, they pick new directions.
Yeah. Okay. So
Sorry.
All good.
I think I'm gonna have to tap out in a minute.
Yeah, that's it.
118. Sorry.
All good.
we're at a good spot because I have work tomorrow too. But we could do this again. I'd be happy to.
Yeah. What's the error here?
Redirect.
Index out of
Oh, wait. What? Where are you reading? What index is being read? That's bad.
Out of
index that's out of the scope. The times 2, maybe, you think? You're multiplying the index times 2
Maybe.
without any sort of cap on it.
Use double buffering strategies to avoid race conditions. Oh my god.
Very
Keep
awesome
reading
error
and reading.
message.
Oh, we can only read and write at the job index that we're at. We can't
Oh.
read other job indexes. That's a problem.
Wait, what?
That's gonna make that means that we can't do what I was thinking, where we could look at all of the other ones in there.
Well, yeah, I think that's the dependency thing.
Got it.
Is that strictly for the I job parallel 4, or does that extend to the I job as well?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't get that other, but we can just pass in another array of floats too if we want. Just do a second.
Two arrays of floats.
Yeah.
Hey, why not? The number of floats.
Beautiful. That's how you know it's good code.
Yeah.
Keep it
Random
classic,
floats.
guys.
You should have named it R1 and R2.
Even better.
Save some space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. Wonder what the best way to get in a set of floats is.
Okay, almost there. Comma, random floats 2 equals this thing. And then this thing, and then this thing. So this is basically the same thing, but
yeah.
Oops. And then just change this to Y and this to 2.
Yep.
Okay, try again.
Yeah, give that a try. No more errors. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Why are you going in that way still? It's like kind of like a herd of.
By the way, for everybody watching, his frame rate's at like over 100. It looks laggy because we're on video, but it's running super fast.
Yeah.
They are all going the same direction. Why is that?
They're randomly moving
up and left.
Yeah. Why? I don't know why they're doing that. That's weird.
They are changing direction though, right?
Yeah.
Can you set the spawn count down to something small that's easy to track?
Yeah.
Like just make like 2 or 3 for a second.
Whoops. Zombie settings.
Oh, we don't have a setting for it.
We do. We just didn't make it public or something. Hang on.
In the zombie settings.
Internal.
Oh, yep. I wonder what this will look like.
Oh, whoops. Let's do it again. So 10?
Yeah, sure. Just something where I can actually watch one and track them. Kind of curious.
Oops. So yeah, it changed 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Yep.
But they're always so it's only one axis that they're wrong on.
Yeah.
So they're not getting the positive and negative on the other axis for some reason. It's in the human navigation system.
Yeah, I'm there, and
that seems fine. Oh wait, go to the random generation. I don't think it's filling the random floats too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Haha.
So they're all zeroed.
Yeah. Good eye. All right, so we should see a 10 person herd just hanging out.
Randomly wandering around. Oh yeah, look at all those humans. Get ready to be eaten.
All right, so let's do 1 million before we sign off. Let's see. So I'm going to set their speed to 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1 million humans. And crash.
Yeah, I know, right? I think I clicked it too many times already.
Oh yes, our index is only at 1,000.
Oh, yeah,
that's got to change.
So wait, how do we get this appropriately?
I don't know. I think set it as a big number for now, and then next time we'll figure out the best way to get actual random values in there.
Wouldn't you want it to match the number of humans? If you use that as a constant, wouldn't that work too?
Yeah, if the humans are constant, but I want to.
Then we can have it in.
Yeah.
All right. Come on. Look at all those humans. Oh, you're getting
1.8 FPS. Wait,
try a slightly smaller number where we can see them.
Oh,
I see. Yeah, they're moving.
Like 100,000. We can see some other.
Let's see.
I can't even.
I'm batching 72 million verts. Oh, yeah. Just leave the mouse over it and hold the button down until it stops.
Really?
Yeah. There you go. Now drag off.
Okay.
When the frame rate gets that bad, that's like the best way to get it to stop.
That's pretty cool. All right. 10K.
Yeah. 10K. Yeah. That seems like a good starting point. We should actually be able to see them moving around and see some differentiation.
Yeah, look at that, and the frame rate's still pretty snug.
Yeah, you're still running at 120 frames a second.
Here we
With
go.
10,000 of these guys moving around.
Maximize.
No.
It looks much cooler in the scene view. Actually, just move your camera out. Yeah, just go back and just change the camera Y position. Set it to like 100.
There, so now I just matched where I was on the scene view.
Oh, cool.
And some of them are just kind of like wandering off.
Are they wandering smooth on your screen?
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, because on the video, it looks like they're super choppy. It looks like they're moving like once a second just because of the video lag. That's a shame. Next time we've got to record locally too.
Yeah, we can do that. We can put it on somebody else's machine. Somebody else can type for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And if anybody's watching and wants to try it, they can clone it and see how fast it runs on their system.
Yeah, so let me do that. I'll push.
You have an error though. What's the
memory leak?
Memory, yeah. You need to clean something up apparently.
I wonder what.
Collection has been disposed, resulting in a memory leak.
Oh, it's only hitting once. I think you're fine.
Yeah.
I think that's our native array not getting cleaned up at the end of when you stop playing.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I think I'm clear on play, so if I run it right now, I think it pops up again. We'll have to figure that out.
No, I think it only pops up.
Oh, no, it did.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
It's the allocating. Maybe it's a static analysis that happens at runtime or something. It knows that you never cleaned it up. So
I don't know.
I really want to put some zombies in there, little purple guys running around or something.
Oh yeah,
that'd be pretty cool. All right, so this is pretty awesome. Actually, I'm gonna take some screenshots and post them on Twitter.
Nice. I think I linked your Twitter. Oh, and I didn't put it in here. I was gonna link it in the video description too. So I know you use Twitter a lot. A lot more than I do. I figured it'd be a good
Terrence, do you have a Twitter account? I can.
Yeah, I do. It's Music M122. It's not super active right now though, but heck yeah, sure.
Music what?
Music M122. I had it since I was like 12.
There you go.
Everyone with the name everywhere. Just kept it. Like whatever.
ECS. Making a zombie simulation on GitHub. Do this here. I guess I should tweet it out next time. And let's see, 10K human cubes running around at, what was the FPS I had on there?
Like
I was around 90 to 100.
It's like a 110, 120, 114, something like that.
100 FPS. Something like that. Good.
Yeah. It's cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you already push the Git?
I'm gonna push it right now. I just want to make sure I'm out of play mode and save the scene and all that garbage. Okay, status. I gotta probably clean up all the bad files too on Git, right? I didn't remove all that other junk.
Cool. So yeah, when do you guys want to do this again?
Okay. I'm basically free almost every day after 8, so you just gotta give me enough heads up.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's what about you, Terrence?
For Terrence, it's probably worse. So.
I mean that's 11.
I know, and I can't do anything because kids and stuff. So
yeah, totally. I mean, I was totally out of the loop yesterday. Kid stuff. I'm understood. Let me get back to you. Maybe we could figure something out as far as the schedule stuff goes. After 8, it's kind of rough though. Or unless it's weekends. Are weekends less rough?
Yeah, I can do weekends too. That's good for me.
Yeah, I think that Ludum Dare 20 is next weekend too.
Oh my god.
Might be need to do something there.
I
I want to keep going on this and then do some more of these too on some other topics. Like I want to try the machine learning stuff and a bunch of other cool things.
No, I had a really good time doing this. So.
Yeah, pretty happy
Dude,
about
I
it.
totally learned a lot. I feel like so inadequate for this stuff right now. It's like, just give me a week. Oh man, it's like the theory's one thing, but digging into it, it's like, oh my gosh, there's like so much nuance and like, no,
I've already forgotten the thing that we got stuck on for an hour at the beginning. What was the solution again?
What was the solution?
What the hell were we missing?
Oh my god.
Header. You had the headers set to 0.
That's right. The heading was 0.
Yeah.
The heading of 0 screwed up the matrix.
And even in their example, they spawn with a heading and then they change it later.
Yeah.
So it's somebody over there hid the fact that doesn't work right.
Just blows up. But
let's see. Anything in chat that we want to look at before we go?
I don't know. Did anybody have any questions in chat?
Somebody was talking about your solid principles videos.
Oh yeah.
Tutorials.
You're welcome. I love those videos too.
Yeah, that's okay. So both are great for different purposes. Yeah. But yeah, cool. I really would like to do a Ludum Dare with the team one time.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know if this weekend. I might have something going on Saturday. I got to find out. But if not,
this is probably too early for me to change something this weekend. But
okay, you got stuff going on.
Yeah, maybe next time. Cool. But I'll just throw it out there because I haven't been doing them for quite a while now. So
cool. All right, I'm gonna kill the broadcast and listen. So say bye to everybody.